I have been on the jury the longest. I have been listening to a lot. Ben, my take on you was that you were playing an emotional game and that you had no agency. Charlie, my take on you was that you were playing the middle very closely with Maria, but you did not set yourself apart from her. And Kenzie, my take on you was that you were brought into votes pre-merge, and post-merge you said, tell me who to vote for. Now, I've heard a lot of information that, contests some of those things, but I want each of you to take 30 seconds to either prove me right or persuade me while I'm wrong.
Also, I'll be the 30-second timer. When I say time, please stop.
Kenzie.
So I'm a social player. I'm not the loudest voice in the room. I'm not the one who's gonna be a driving force, but I am a number. And I am also thinking strategically. Like, my social game is my strategic game. They are one and the same. I know they're supposed to be separate, but I'm a people person. I've had deep conversations with each of you. I've held half of you while you've cried about various things. Yeah, I got brought along on votes. That's how I ended up here. I'll take it, I'll own it. It's true. I'm not gonna say I drove a vote.
Time. Nice ownership, thank you. Charlie.
Maria and I were partners in crime for a lot of the game, but by the time Maria was winding back her fist to throw a punch at me, I had already put the pieces in place that were setting up her demise. I put together the 4 that protected me from the punch that you and Q threw at me at final 6, and ultimately voted both of you out of the game at 6 and at 5, exactly how I designed after the Tiffany vote. I thought that I needed to differentiate.
Time. Ben.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely agree. I'm probably the most emotional person, most cries in this game this season. But that's what I had to do. It crushed me that I felt I came into the merge with this plan that got wrecked. And I was very fortunate that how emotional I was opened the doors to make friendships and bonds that allowed me to be part of moves that I wanted to be part of. And yeah, I openly admitted I was a goat for a few votes. But when the turn came to not be that, the only way that would have happened. Yeah.
Time.
Cool.
Thank you all so much. I know that was hard,
All good.
but you all did great.
Q, you haven't asked a question.
All righty. The most important thing for me and my vote is this simple question. What do you plan to do with the money, and how will it change your life? Ben.
I'm a musician. I get a lot of great things in my life, but I don't make a lot of money. I want to give my parents some sort of retirement because they're hardworking immigrants that always put food on the table and weren't around because of how hard they worked. And at the same time, I want to join up with my best friend's nonprofit program and help bring music education back to schools in South Florida. It's an initiative I've already been a part of called Young Musicians Unite. And having an artistic expression for kids is a way for them to feel comfortable with who they are, which is something I had to learn the hard way because nobody gave me that opportunity when I was a kid.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
Charlie?
So, number 1, family's more important to me than anything. And to be where I am at in my life, I'm 25 years old, and $1 million is a whole lot of money. Life changing. I can set up the rest of my life for me and my family. Part of this experience has been getting to meet and know all of you, and if there's one thing I know, it's that every single person here had something bigger than themselves they were playing for. I've talked with a lot of you about the work that I do. I've worked a lot in immigration law. There's a lot of organizations that I would want to make a donation to. And I would also want to, bet on myself and pay for law school with this money.
Thank you, Charlie. Kenzie?
I've been in my career since I was 15 years old. Not because it sounded fun. I would have loved to enjoy high school like a normal kid. I couldn't. I started working in salons when I was 15, got my beauty license by the time I was 17, opened my salon by the time I was 24. I opened it to give people a place to work. I don't make any money off of the chairs that I rent out. If a business person looked at my business plan, they would lose their minds and be like, you could make so much money off of this. It's not about the money. The business is not about the money. It's about providing people an opportunity. So this money would be mine for me. I would invest it and I would set up myself so I don't have to be 70 years old doing bang trims on kids, okay? I'm trying to set myself up to have a family and to be able to be financially secure in myself. This was my venture. My life has been for everyone else.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yes, ma'am.